Hi everyone and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 7th of December. It's a pleasure to be with you today, and this deck is no longer the mystery deck. It's the tarot deck called Servants of the Light Tarot. And I also want to show you my ring collection is now complete. This one on this ring finger, that's the one that wasn't hallmarked, and I had to send it back to be stamped so that I could make sure it's real. But now my collection feels complete and they speak to me. This one especially, it's labradorite, and do you see how it shimmers blue when you tilt it? It's really beautiful, and it's Merlin. The guy who designed it said he had a vision of Merlin and it showed him the ring and he drew it and had it designed. And I feel the Merlin energy from it, and all of these rings, they talk to me. So wearing crystals really does work. That's the Green Man. They've all got names already. That's Merlin. That's Walter. That's Tanzania, La Lupe, and Circe. So they have a character of their own and they feel a certain way. So I'm a big fan at the moment. And because I have had Christmas come so early for myself by these rings, I want to give you a Christmas present as well. So if you order a reading with me, any kind of reading, between now and Sunday the 8th of December, I'll give you 10% off. Just order the regular reading as it is, or the urgent reading, or whatever reading you want, and I'll manually put 10% off and you'll get that refunded. So don't worry about that. Okay? So until Sunday the 8th, if you order, you'll get a discount. Now let's have a look. Finally, sorry to go on so much. We're going to have a look at what Saturday the 7th is actually about. So as I'm doing now, you can just tune in and ask the cards, how can I make the most of Saturday? What is the energy about? How can I enjoy myself and be the divine being that I am? Oh, we got Strength in reverse again. We've got the Giver of Spheres. And we have the Prime of Staves. Okay, so the Strength card we had recently, but it was upright. Now it's reversed. We've got the Giver of Spheres, which is I would say the Knight of Pentacles, or the Page of Pentacles, because he's giving something away there. And finally, the Prime of Staves, I would say, is either the King of Wands, or I would say it's the Ace of Wands. I actually think it's the Ace of Wands, which is, aces are always a gift from the universe, and they fill you with energy. So let's see what this day means. The Strength card in reverse means that the inner beasts that plague all of us at times, the negative thoughts, the feeling of inadequacy, the feeling of suicidal despair, of dreadful loneliness, these inner monsters are being controlled here when the card is upright. She's sorting that out. But the card is in reverse. So your fears may run rampant. They may be running wild. So make sure that you address those fears. You can't be afraid when you're in faith. You can't have fear when you're in faith. So if you're frightened or depressed, or you have some sort of internal conflict going on, if you do have a spiritual practice, then lucky you, because that's the way to resolve it and to get rid of the hundreds and thousands and millions of different forms of fear that there are, and you hand it over for your higher power to deal with, the universe to deal with, and then you won't be alone in it, and you'll have the strength. The 8 reversed is still 8. It's still strength. You have this strength then to deal with those things, because the white, the purity, is the purity of spirit. So you've got to get that in to manage those beasts. The giver of spheres, you can see a man being generous and giving away money, giving away a job. He's hiring her to work for him. He's also giving her the answer to her illness. He's also giving her his love, his heart. I love you and I want to be with you forever. It could be any of those things. And because it's in reverse, other people aren't going to give you much today. Don't expect huge gestures of generosity from your friends or your family. There aren't going to be very many. If there are, then that person is an exceptional person in your life. And if someone on this day really offers to support you and is giving on this day, you know you've got a keeper. If they're your friend or your lover or your husband or whatever. If that person on this day, with the energy as it is selfless and gives you things, then you really know you've got a good one. All right. Finally, we've got the Ace of Wands, which is a gift from the universe. We've got this sentient tree here, and all of the wonderful ideas and the spiritual energy of the world comes out of his mind, and he's connected to the earth. So the fire of the earth motivates him, and then he transforms that fire into feeling, direction, and a path that you can follow. Also, before you get going, if you're really small, you can get on the back of a bumblebee and fly on your path if you see yourself that way. Or if the bumblebee or the honeybee is your spirit animal, then you may work with that bee. Or you may feel like, if I'm going on a spiritual journey, I'm going to need a unicorn Pegasus. Of course. I mean, who doesn't go around on a unicorn Pegasus? I mean, please, it's what I'm entitled to. So that's available to you as well. You can get on the back of that Pegasus and live your life in the way you want. And then we've got these 4 people on the edges. And these are other people looking in. They don't look very happy. They're just looking straight at us. It's kind of confrontational. It's like, who do you think you are? That's the message I'm getting from them. And that's also what you're going to get from other people today. That message of, I don't need to give you anything. What have you done for me lately? And also, that may upset you. I mean, if someone treats you like that, I mean, very simple things can upset you. If someone comes on the telephone and says, well, actually, you're speaking to someone on the phone at a shop, and the phone is then yanked out of that person's hand, and someone else comes on and gives you information, just the fact that you're suddenly talking to 2 people, if you're sensitive like I am, and some of you are going to now say, oh, you're so weak and such a drama queen. But that to me is unsettling. I don't like that. So I would take that and I would retreat. I would go within myself to protect myself from pain, because that would hurt me. Even, what was it called? It's a microaggression. That's what the kids are calling it these days. So this microaggression would micro-depress me, okay? So altogether, there's a chance here today that your head acts up. And if you've got a head like a problematic head to begin with. If you're bipolar or you have addiction or schizophrenia, then make sure that you take your medications today. Make sure that you take care of your mental health, that you realize that just because you think something doesn't make it true. And look at Byron Katie's The Work. That is the best resource I have found when it comes to challenging our own faulty thinking. I have no friends and I never will. That's the faulty thought. Byron Katie's work then says, is that true? And then I have to give evidence. And then I have to say, well, actually, I know this person, and I know this person, and I know this person. So I do have friends, and they've been in my life for decades, for example. So you make sure that you're in a good mental space first and foremost. Okay, that's your primary priority, because if you're all over the place, then you're going to have a bad day, and you're going to go in a direction of feeling confronted by other people, like they're staring at you, or they're not helping, they're being really obtuse and not being helpful at all. And you then feel like you're going on some path which you never really wanted to go on, and you're totally lost, and you feel angry and fired up, and you feel like, what the hell is going on here? So the better way to do it is to sort out your mental health in the morning. If meditation works for you, or if yoga works for you, or if prayer works for you, if swimming works for you, if shopping will work for you, but that's an addiction. That an addiction will work for you, but as Eckhart Tolle says, every addiction starts with pain and it ends with pain. So the substance that obviously my brain goes to sorting out pain with substances. Don't like the way you feel? Take a pill. Too happy? Take a downer. So no, we don't do that anymore. So find other ways to cope. And today is a great day to discover how you can cope emotionally even when your head is problematic. I had this a couple of days ago. My head really acted up on me, and I had to meditate double what I usually do on that day to get back on the level. So make sure you have that. Discover your own coping strategy. Don't worry about other people today. Focus on the fire, the flame within, and the path it shows you, and really see that. Explore it. Get on the unicorn or the bee. Okay, and I'm really getting a message now that I have to tell you, that saying, don't conform to the conventions of society. That's what they're telling me. And maybe that's why you have the fear, because you're different, or you want to do something different. Maybe you want to write a book about unicorn Pegasuses because you work with them in the astral realms, and that is part of your truth. But other people will ridicule you, you think. So you're afraid, and you're afraid of other people's judgment, and it stops you from giving people something wonderful because you're too afraid. So the ego is at work hardcore today. It's trying to sabotage you by filling you full of fear and getting you on the wrong track. All you need to do today is deal with the emotions and the thoughts that come up. You listen to the positive stuff that comes up once you've made space for it, and you'll be given a direction, a path to follow. And I would suggest that you explore that path today mentally, and I wouldn't recommend that you follow it up in a physical sense. Today, taking practical action to start something new is not ideal. Number-wise, we've got 8 and a court card, which is 1, so that's 9, and another, well, it's an ace, it's not a court card, but it counts as 1, so that's 10. 10 reduces to 1 in numerology, and 1 is the pioneer, the beginner, the magician in the tarot, the person who takes spiritual energy and transforms it into earthy energy. So it's the other way around. So today, all of this is floating into your brain, good thoughts and bad thoughts. So you're an amazing, beautiful child of the universe. You are special. You have a reason to be here. You're eternally loved. You suck. You are an angel. You'll have all sorts of thoughts coming in. So it's important to be discerning, to really say, is that true? And if it isn't, to throw that thought out so you can make space for the good thoughts. And then you'll be giving yourself a path and really something wonderful that you can do that gives you joy and that is irrelevant and outside the norms of society, and you don't care because it's something you enjoy. And I'm not talking about any kind of criminal activity or anything like that. I'm talking about, for instance, if you're a 16-year-old boy and you want to dress up in drag, that is a major betrayal to our society. The straight boys would certainly raise their eyebrows at the very least, okay? But if that's who you are, then that's who you are. And what I'm saying is today, don't be afraid to live your life the way you want to live it. You are the person you are. Don't just accept yourself and hug yourself. Love yourself unconditionally the way you've been created. It's been done for a reason. You don't know why you are the way you are, but there's a reason for it. So be number one in the sense that you take action by listening to your thoughts and seeing how you can transform them into something practical in your real life. So, okay, you're able to heal. Okay, so how am I going to do that? Am I going to study psychology? Am I going to be a therapist? Or do I want to work as a channeler who channels higher beings like Abraham Hicks? Okay, so it's down to you the kind of day you have. Just don't expect too many gifts from other people. And like I said, if you do get a gift, that person is a definite keeper in your life. Have a great day full of ideas and wonderful inspiration. If you would like a personal reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the button on the front page to order your reading with me. And like I said, if you order before Sunday the 8th or up until Sunday the 8th, whatever time zone you're in, if it's still Sunday the 8th in your time zone, then I'll give you 10% off on the reading. You can also just click on the shop tab and all the readings and all the other services I offer are on there. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, I use astrology, and I use numerology. So I need your place of birth, your date of birth, and your time of birth to draw up the sky as it was when you were born. If you don't have the time of birth, please order a chart rectification with me. That's something where I can work that out. Once I have the chart, I can answer any questions you have about your life purpose, soul mission, work, love, money, relationships, security, health, everything. So if you are interested in that, then please do get in touch via gregoryscott.com. Have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Oh, please subscribe if you like the video, and please share it online as well if you like it. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.